All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you, just like me. So, Ted Nugent is in the news again because Ted did another interview. Thank goodness. I've been hearing reports that people have been uh, taking quotes from the interview that I did or talking about it on radio shows in Pennsylvania. Okay. That's weird. I got to tell you, it's weird. I knew the interview would get a lot of attention because Uncle Ted and I agree on most things. And most people who cover Ted Nugent don't like Ted Nugent, right? They cover him reluctantly. If they're going to have him on their show, typically there'll be a disclaimer, that these views aren't the views expressed by the management of this particular radio station. Because why would you want to be pro-America and pro-freedom and pro-bodily autonomy and all those things that I believe Ted Nugent stands for? Well, this time around, they've made it about Ted Nugent and Bruce Springsteen because Ted was praising the E Street Band and talking about how Bruce Springsteen has an appreciation for older music from the 1960s. I think specifically Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels, a band that's been focus tested out of existence for many years now. It's considered 60s music and doesn't fit a category, apparently. I don't know, but a true good oldies or rock and roll station could still be playing Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels and it would be fine. But because Nuge is from Detroit, obviously there's a connection and an influence there. But he did, during the conversation, use the word dirtbag when talking about Bruce Springsteen, more or less talking about Bruce Springsteen's political views. And again, last year, if you recall, and I've covered this a couple of times, we were treated to a Super Bowl ad featuring Bruce Springsteen where it was supposed to be about common ground, that he was the only guy in the middle, but yet he's not in the middle. He's on the far left. Or let me put it this way, a little bit more specific. Like Bruce Springsteen isn't on the Bernie Sanders team. He's on the Hillary Clinton team. He's on the neoliberal left, which to me is actually worse because at least the other guys on the far left are trying to fight for people per se. But what they advocate will obviously give us more authoritarianism, which in the end will hurt people. So their philosophy in one way sounds a little more attractive. People like Mike Bloomberg, who John Mellencamp supported, and Hillary Clinton, who Bruce Springsteen supported, are neoliberals, and they're into like going around the world and starting wars, therefore not taking care of the little guy, therefore taking care of their donors and big corporations. And I can go on and on. But, of course, the article fails to mention that Bruce Springsteen sold his catalog to a large corporation for what, 500 million or whatever it was. I can't remember the exact number, but he ends up being one of the highest grossing artists from last year because he dumped his catalog. So with all this talk about the blue collar workers and the little guy, and, these songs are supposed to be about the struggle of the working class, it ends up that these people are all in bed with the oppressors and they don't really care that much about the oppressed. Springsteen, he's kind of a footnote these days. He just is. I know I got slammed by a couple of people really hard regarding, Bruce Springsteen's charitable endeavors. Good. He should give his money away. I wonder what those giveaways look like, though, as far as if they're doing any real good, because somebody came at me with, Bruce Springsteen is very charitable and gives his money away to certain organizations. And how much of that money actually gets to the people, I know for a fact there are guys out there who specifically target certain agencies and groups, right? And Nugent himself has been a philanthropist for many years, trying to get kids away from drugs, for instance, and having direct involvement, not letting some corporation take care of it on his behalf. My name is on the roster of millionaires who gave to this organization, la-di-da. That's all well and good, but it's not, getting your hands dirty and actually making a public appearance and getting something done. So, the media focused on the Dirtbag comment and, kind of missed most of the fact that it was kind of positive, like Nugent the other day when he was talking to yours truly, he talked very positively about Joan Jett, but then, of course, made a statement which is controversial that she shouldn't be in that list of top 100 guitar players for Rolling Stone, which I agree with. There's so many. Neil Sean's not on the list, and Joan Jett's on the list. You kind of scratch your head a little bit and go, what? They have their agenda. This is all agenda driven. It has nothing to do with merit, or it has less to do with merit, and it has more to do with our agenda, which is equity, not equality. It's equity. It's very different. Look it up. It'll scare the crap out of you. It's what they're promoting these days. So in any event, Ted Nugent in the news because Ted knows how to talk, number one. I watched a portion of the interview. I don't know where this guy gets his energy from. It's just amazing. 73 years old. I think we should all kind of strive to have that much energy at 73. But Ted's got something special. He just does. And just an amazing interview and a renaissance man for sure. Anyway, before I check out of here, this is the only way I can promote music these days. Check this out. Robert John and the Wreck. And the album's called Shine a Light on Me, Brother. Now, I don't know how I ended up hearing this for the first time. I think it was the algorithm, the dreaded algorithm brought me to this album. And I did a holy crap Batman on the first listen. It did come out a few months ago under the radar. Nobody knows who it is, what it is. It's not on your radio. Think of this as like the Black Crowes hanging out with the entire Stax crew back in the late 60s with really amazing vocals, great guitar solos, and excellent songwriting from start to finish. I would definitely recommend this. And for future reference, this is how I probably will be promoting music, because nobody wants to watch standalone videos where I talk about a new album or something that I listen to that I really enjoy. So again, one more time, this is Robert John, that's Jon, and the Wreck. The album's called Shine a Light on Me, Brother. Go listen to it. Go buy it if you can. I purchased a copy, and this is the way we support the artists that we like. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.